In a vast landscape full of adventurers, you are now listening to the world of chaotic amateurs.
And welcome back to Chaotic Amateurs, everybody's favorite D&D 5e play podcast on the internet. So says me, your DM and host for Season 3, Bentley Michaels. To my right, we have...
Caleb is Cinder Darkloft.
Oh.
Dash is Peleus Ian Earth.
Red is Durok Dragonsbane.
Milo is Ren.
Yes, and last time, ladies and gentlemen, there was a sneak attack, if you will, on... what's the city that we're in?
Bulgurum.
Yeah, you did it. Sneak attack on Bulgurum. Peleus animated some 50-foot tall stone creatures that were holding up the tower. It was an elf and a dragon, I believe, and he just laid waste to people, scratching and hitting and fighting. I think it was Ren. You were controlling a dragon that took out some airships.
Yeah, I called on Nearsis.
Yeah, you called on Nearsis controlling that dragon. Durok, you were, as a hero, like John Wick himself, running through the city, just killing people left and right. No one was too much of a challenge for you. Cinder, I think you were there as well.
Yeah,
and you did whip stuff?
Yep, as per usual.
Yeah. And you guys saved the city. It was all good. But unfortunately for you, now it is the next day. And in the wake of the attack, we start the adventure. The dramatic open?
Did you really milk that?
That's how I opened it when I was the DM. I bet you guys missed that. Huh?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, it was awesome. Okay, we cut all this out, and everybody's gonna be like, "Best can open yet."
No, I'm leaving it all in. And it was the best can open yet. So says I, DM for Season 3, Bentley Michaels. All right, so although I did just roll my dice and I crit failed, so maybe I'm lying. So it is the day after the attack. Durok, you being a man of action, you and Brower Nick and the troops, you've talked long into the night. Many candles were burned, and you say we need to take the fight to the capital. We need to take it to Würzburg. You've heard from your recon and from soldiers that there are many ships, traversing the waters, guarding it. They've got airships as well. The place is on complete lockdown, from what you can tell. But you, being Durok Dragonsbane, one of the greatest generals in dwarven history of all time, which is why you've got the helmet, of course.
Yep.
You've got a plan. You've worked it out, and you have gathered your troops. You have sent out calls to for allies and different folks, and it is now the next morning, and people are starting to really pour into Bulgurum, and you're seeing all sorts of people. You see a big group of figures, all clad in black, different sizes, different shapes, different races, but all clad in black. And you recognize them, Durok. Roll me a history check.
$17.
All right. And you sort of nudge Ren and you go, those look like the guys that we fought on the way to Bulgurum the first time that we came in. And it's a huge group of them. There's hundreds of them.
Oh, yeah.
You killed 19, I believe.
Yeah.
And the thing that you notice this time, however, the sort of on all of their belt buckles that you didn't notice in the past because it hadn't happened yet, but you notice a very familiar symbol, and it is the symbol of Varkum, the vampire.
Yeah.
On their belt buckles as they come into the town.
That's right. After I killed Varkum, he had all of his people swore allegiance to me.
He's not dead.
Yeah.
Is that true?
No.
In Durok's diary, it is.
I am now Lord of Varkum Manor.
Dear diary.
Um,
was the greatest.
Coming up from the south, Peleus, sort of coming in last time, I believe, as well. But Mommy's here, and some of her airships, and she she licks her thumb and wipes some smudge off of your face.
Thanks, Mummy. You're very good to me, Mummy.
And she's brought her elven warriors. Also coming from the west, Durok, you see somebody that you're. Oh shoot! I forgot my notebook. Hold on.
He recognizes people.
Here we go.
Yeah.
So another group of people are coming in from the west, Durok, and you sort of, as they get closer, you realize that they're allies. Everyone's kind of marching in on this town. Hundreds of them. A lot of dwarves. A lot of people in armor and that sort of thing, but also there's other races in there, but a lot of dwarves. And leading them, Durok, you recognize is your son, your other one that we haven't met yet. I believe it was what was it, Gromok?
Yep.
He doesn't like to talk about
That's
it.
my son.
No, I think that's the ogre. That
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
So there was Graukdrat, which is the one with
Baravin,
which is up with Baravin Oakfinger, everybody's favorite bad guy.
Yeah. What a name.
Peleus.
I thought I had it. I thought I had it here, but I don't have it. So hey, it's your other son with the name that we've said before.
Yeah.
And I'm doing a really bad of DMing this.
Actually, did we ever
for this
name him?
climax. Yeah, I gave him a name.
Oh.
Joey. I think it's Joey.
Yeah.
Oh, that's his nickname was
Hey!
Dragonsbane.
Joey Dragonsbane.
Strikes fear into the heart of all.
I think his nickname was something very easy, like Joe. Bo.
I have to. And after a lengthy search, I found it. Your son, that you love, your baby boy. He's coming right towards you, leading an army of what you would probably believe is the underground, coming right at you. It's Haukdro Dragonsbane. Houkdro. Haukdro Dragonsbane.
Should have gone with.
He was named by his mother.
Yeah.
You got Graukdrat, who's up at the Versberg, and Haukdro, who's now coming. You've got ships have been coming in. Peleus, your allies, I believe last time they were coming in. There were ships. There was
there were ships coming in the ocean and airships.
And airships from the south with the elves. Hey, gang's all here. The gang is all here, and Durok, you and Browernick have been talking, and you now that the gang is all here, the war is officially ready to commence. The light shines on you, and everyone's looking to what to do. And you've got the general helmet, so you have to instruct your troops.
Yeah, do you got a battle plan of some kind? Do you know how we're gonna attack this land, this fortress, and do you got a strategy or?
I always have a strategy.
All right, I'd love to hear it. I don't think you do, but I'd love to hear it.
I had 7 contingent strategies if I ever had to siege Versberg. Now, with as many allies as I've assembled here, it seems a multi-front attack on the city is the only way that we're going to be able to take it without a prolonged siege operation. So,
Step 1.
I propose we have a full frontal assault at the main gates of Versberg. I'm going to have my trusted ally, Browernick Lead Driver, lead the assault. Might be beneficial to have Ren there to help heal wounded and inspire allies. The thickest fighting may be there at the front gates.
So we've got a land front opposition, and then we've got, what about the water?
Yes, the water from the east of Versberg, Peleus. I hope you and your allies can distract them from the sea.
Yeah, no, all me and my mom and our airships and our naval fleet. We will take it to them on the oceans. And I've got a few tricks up my sleeve. I think, yeah.
Excellent. Well, I was hoping to have Cinder lead the aerial assault.
Well,
What? Well, I guess you're a sailor too. You guys want to flip-flop?
I can sail in the sky too. So are we keeping dragons in the air, or do you want them with our respective forces? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, keep them with you guys, and they can help out your areas.
I think our dragons should take on their airships.
Okay, yeah.
Wipe out any opposition from above.
Okay,
And then we can focus on the Navy fleet.
that works.
Yeah.
And remember, you guys also have airships as well.
Yeah.
Now, so when Zarvog comes out, what should we do with him? We've got our own dragons that we can battle him with too.
That's true. Look, if Zarvog comes out, and I haven't already taken care of him, then it's going to be up to you guys to fight him tooth and claw, literally, with your dragons and stuff. But I'm hoping it doesn't come to that. You see, while you guys are attacking from all sides, I'm going to do the thing that dwarves do best.
You gonna
Underground
hide?
assault.
Okay, yeah, I had a feeling it was something he was going to go underneath, yeah.
Peleus,
He's gonna dig under it.
remember
You going to dig under?
when you took us to the island where we fought your friend Ashwin,
Oh, yeah.
and we went underwater in your ship?
Oh, yeah.
I propose you use that underwater feature to get me beneath Würzburg. I'll take a small band of commandos, and I'll attack from the ground up.
Do you know if there's an opening down there?
Yes, I do.
Oh, that's where Zarvog popped up. Or we
escaped.
Or wait, no, Cinder didn't. Sorry.
So,
I don't know.
this is a bad drawing of basically what Rhett has. But remember that the mountain is like is a big old mountain, and on the back where the face is, they had carved in a face in the mountain, and they had carved out an opening hole in the mouth, and that's where the tunnel in the cave and where the whole ritual, and that's where Zarvog tends to pop out.
All right, how about this? I'll take the Howling Knight into battle on the sea, and you can pilot the Pale Lady under the water. I entrust my ship to you. I think you can do a good job. It's not that hard to pilot. Basically does it by itself.
And something that has happened, it was the island of Narrow Green is where Peleus originally took you in Season 2, Episode 25. Your ship was left there. However, it has been brought back, that exact ship. So really, it's only been gone, technically in the timeline for about 2 weeks. So you've got future Peleus' ship, which is an airship and all the features that you have with that, bigger guns, all those sorts of things. And then you've got the older version of the ship, which is what you started with, which only has like the sort of underwater submarine feature with smaller guns and that sort of thing. So you're looking at 2 Howling Knights, baby. And
Pale
so
ladies.
he's Pale Ladies.
And we still have the Howling Knight. So
Yep.
technically, I've got like 3 ships.
You gotta,
I
and
don't
then
know.
there's a couple more ships to show. So I mean, you got the Peleus Armada.
All right, why don't you take the old Pale Lady, because that one will get you under the water, and it'll get you where you need to go. And I'll pilot my Pale Lady 2. And then or can entrust one of these other people to take the Howling Knight, one of these a very skilled captain.
Yeah, I was hoping Cinder could do that, but you guys...
Oh right, oh yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. You can take the Howling Knight, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want Senator to be part of your dig under it?
Oh, he can be on your
No,
commando force.
I figured he would just be one of the ships, or maybe fly
And
his
I could-
dragon. And
Yeah, I can distract folks from on top of the water while you are underneath the water.
yeah.
Yeah. As reconnaissance has shown, here's like a crappier version of the map that he has, but just to show you guys, like here's like the entrance in to the city here, and then this is like over here a little bit more like southeast. That's basically where you guys escaped that in the boat in like season 2 with Valtrid Boulder Grip's little dinghy or whatever. You kind of went out down here and then down, as it goes down. So he's proposing that Peleus and his armada come in from the east because there are ships patrolling this entire area. There's also airships flying over the main, area. And once again, this is, a lot of square miles here because this is a very, very large mountain.
Würzburg's a lot bigger than it looks on paper. So.
It's probably, 10 to 15 square miles type of thing. There's a lot of...
We're assaulting a literal mountain, by the way.
So imagine, just think of, Mount Hood, and then the front of it's cut off, and, they've made a living area, and that's where all the shops and all the carnival stuff that you had, and then on the back of it is, the face. And then all this is water. There's ships patrolling all of this. It's a very much of a... It's a very, very heavy police state up in there. And they're waiting for something. They're waiting for the big battle. Just so you guys have a more clear vision of what's happening.
I get it. Cool. All right, well, that plan sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it's almost like I know what I'm doing, Peleus.
Yeah, well, it was really...
Way to go, Dad. It's me. The name I already forgot.
Oh, yeah.
Troutdro or whatever.
Haukdro.
Haukdro, it's me, your son.
Son, it's good to see you again.
Wow.
Wonderful to see you.
Warm greeting.
I've been cultivating the underground, hearing of your tales of adventure. I'm proud to be a Dragonsbane in this day, and I hear that you have the sword.
Of course I have the sword, son. Who else would be carrying it?
Well, we didn't know it existed until about 2 years ago when this whole thing kicked off, but I'm very, very excited to see that you have it, and it's very impressive.
Son, such kind words coming from you. It really warms the old heart, the old ticker.
The cockles of your heart?
Yes.
I said cockles. I like saying that word.
And we don't have to bleep it.
I was just going to say that. All right, so you've heard the plan. You've heard everything that's going. We'll say it's, early-ish morning. What would you guys like to do?
A good breakfast. That's nice.
Get some food. Yeah.
Okay.
So when is the attack going to start?
You
tell us, General.
Yeah, you're the
in
general.
I kind of thought we'd wait till night.
So it's hard for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, who here?
Keep in mind,
by show of hands, who has dark vision?
Yeah, not this guy.
Okay, so only
Oh, wait,
Durok
no,
has-
I do.
Wait, yeah.
I have dark vision.
I have goggles. I got.
Yeah, you have goggles, yeah.
I'm
but I
half
don't
elf.
have-
I think I have dark vision.
Plus,
All right.
though, you guys will get help from your dragons and so and stuff. I mean,
Basically, Dark is like, just deal with it, okay? Just
I have a plan.
Yeah, listen,
but this
I call
way
the orders.
we can attack with a little bit more secrecy.
Okay.
They might expect it, but the point being is that we can feint attacks a little bit easier. And
elves, all elves have dark vision, right? And half elves.
I believe
Right?
so, yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, and so my mom and all her forces, all her ships, will be piloted by people with dark vision.
and all the dwarves have dark
Except for
vision.
the Howling Knight, which is...
You're an experienced sailor, and
Yeah,
there might be a moon out.
You'll have an elf spotter.
Okay, there we go.
Yes, an elf
Okay.
spotter. See, Peleus is thinking of everything.
Yeah.
It's
You're
like
welcome.
It's like he's done this before.
He may have.
All right, so we attack at night. We got elves in the boats with dark vision. We can see what we're doing. Ooh, we can sneak up on their ship armada. I mean, I don't know how we can sneak in ships, but
What we can do is we can spend some time creating some dummies, ship things.
no, that's a bad idea.
Well, no, with
That's
lights
ter-
on them, and then you guys go lights off. So then they see the lights over here, but then you guys sneak over here, and then you open fire, and they're like, "What? We think that we thought the ships were over here, but they're actually being attacked."
Reminds me of an adventure I went on once where I had to sneak out of my room and I put pillows under the blanket so I could go to a party.
That's the exact same
Yeah.
scenario, except with lights on the ocean.
I've got an idea, okay? How
All
about
right.
this? We get one of the ships and we strip it down bare, right? We fill her with a bunch of oil drums, okay? We just put some torches on it and we send it out ahead of us. So they see it coming. They go, who's there? They don't see anyone. No one on the ship. Really no colors, no flag. It gets to them. And then, in the darkness from our boats, our archers light their fire arrows and we launch it at the boat and blow that sucker up.
They call that trick the Versbergian.
No, you've never heard of this.
Fine, whatever, Peleus. You can name it then. All right, that's a great plan.
Cool,
So
no. we have a few hours to just hang out. What do you guys want to do?
There's only one thing to do before a battle.
Get wasted.
That's tie one on, my friend.
God. So are you guys? So it's we'll say it's morning, noonish, that sort of time. So you guys are planning to ship out tonight.
Yeah.
What's it? At,
After sunset.
Yeah. Okay. Because it's going to take you a while to get there.
Mm.
So
Yeah, so it's not like we have to wait till night to leave.
Yeah, we can mobilize a little bit before.
okay.
I think the best time to start an attack would be right at dusk.
Yeah.
The sun goes down. People are confused in that hazy twilight.
I would say that you probably should have left a couple hours ago.
Oh, crap.
Oh, it's that far away?
It took you guys a while to get here.
Okay. Well, we
Like in that little dinghy boat.
Yeah.
Like it took a while.
Well, we'll spend some time.
Oh, because we're in Bulgurum.
Yep.
All right.
We'll
So
spend all
let's
day.
mobilize.
You're not
on
in
it.
Pete's Bay with your best friend Blaze Blackjack.
We'll spend some time getting ready. We can get that ship ready with the oil drums. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to pilot, or I will pilot that boat myself. Because I can make myself immune to the explosion. Plus, I can ignite them with my fire.
And then you can swim away with your cloak.
Yeah, with my cloak.
Cloak of the Manta Ray.
Yeah. Yes, look at us. Couple of generals.
We've
Just
come
two
along.
guys.
Just two guys being
which is
generals.
higher?
War.
Which is higher, admiral or general?
General.
I think general is.
Yeah, generally speaking, yeah.
Okay.
But people admire boat people.
That's
Boat
true.
people? That sounds...
Yeah.
I do admire
No,
them.
it's a thing. People
Yeah.
admire
true.
sea dwellers.
Well, we may as well kind of get on the way then, since we got a lot
Ren?
of ground to cover.
Do you have anything that you would like to say? You've been very quiet.
I need to commune with Ulagon.
Okay.
Ooh.
Well, let's get that communion going. We cut to Ren communing.
Tell him to stay out of our way.
Tell Ulagon, I'm shipping in bodies.
Get a welcoming party. It's gonna
Your
be a
inbox
busy
is
night.
getting real full real soon.
All right. Ulagon.
Hello?
So, perhaps you've heard of the plan that Durok has been.
Oh,
kind
I'm
of-
well aware. I've been watching.
Yeah,
you
good.
guys seem to have it under control.
Do you have any?
Excited for
additional-
those souls to slip into my DMs.
Do you have any additional advice that we may not be seeing that might be useful for us?
That's a very general question. Do you have something more specific you'd like to ask me?
Is there a front where I will be the most useful to you?
Well, useful how?
Useful in the sense that I'll help the most people, and we will succeed in toppling Baravin.
Oakfinger, right. I would say then if you want to make sure that you're helping the people, based off of what has been told, the city is under arrested development. And you coming into the land and helping the troops on the ground, sure, you can fight, but also if there's help that needs to be delved out, war is a messy thing. And if you want to be around the people, you must be within the city, I think.
Is there something I could perhaps say to the people to maybe make them see our side, to maybe help us in our fight to dethrone?
Well, I don't think it's the people necessarily in the city. They seem more controlled. It's not an entire city against you. It's the people running it. They seem like dicks. So you, being there, you might be able to inspire other people to rise up with you. Get some wind flapping behind your little cloak there. Make your eyes light up all crazy. Give a speech. You've done it before. Hey, 486. What a number, huh?
That's a good number.
How long does this last?
I've got technically got 3 questions.
All right, one more. Here we go.
Okay.
Bring it home.
Is
No.
No.
See,
easy question. Is there something or someone that I should pay special attention to as we enter the city?
I would say make sure that you are in tune with your dragon. They will have a lot more wisdom for you. As far as a specific person, I'm not really getting anything as far as that goes, but you're very knowledgeable. You're very powerful. You're my little death hound, and I love it. And I have the utmost faith that you will do what's right when the time is needed. And so much so that I give you a red point right now. Put it on your sheet. You feel as he severs the connection, you feel your body warm up, and you've got a ret point now.
What about us?
What are those actually called?
Inspiration.
Inspiration. You feel inspired. You've got a ret point. I think you guys will have them, but he's the one talking, and you're not there.
You shut it.
You're over with Admiral Peleus, and you guys are deciding on like matching hats with bigger plumage and shit like that.
Yeah, he's got like the
Peleus is
tri-point
all about
with
the
a big-
plumage.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'll just spend the rest of the evening talking to
Because it's still afternoon right now,
Yeah.
so you guys are mobilizing people. People are sharpening swords.
Yeah.
Your Durok is getting people into
Marching formation.
Yeah.
Something.
splitting people up, getting
Gotcha.
people. You're going on these boats. You people are going with the flying machines. So basically, how it's going to work out is Browernick and Ren are going to be part of the ground assault. We'll call them. We'll do it like this. We'll call them G1, Browernick, Ren, G2, Peleus, and Pals. You got that's what you call your armada.
Yeah, nice.
G3, we'll say, is Cinder's group that Durok, you wanted them to attack from the west, and the air, more the air group, right?
Yeah, that's kind of what I mentioned, but yeah.
Or am I boating? Or am I
Well,
flying?
okay, yeah. So that's the thing. So
I mean, there's plenty of capable sailors. If you want like if you want a red shirt team to like help you with the boat thing, and then you want him to do whatever so he can attack from the air with his dragon and do different stuff like it.
yeah,
but whatever.
if you feel comfortable, attack from the air with your dragon.
Cool.
Peleus would be in the air too, but I want Peleus focusing on ship assault type stuff.
Yeah, naval kinda.
and bombarding the
I'm gonna
city.
be in
and
yeah, I'm gonna be in the water. I'm gonna be driving that boat of oil into the middle of the.
yeah.
Going, oh, got a ship, man, and then just kidding.
And you can kind of be like going around and helping out with
Survey.
your dragon and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
I'll be like spot, like a
Like
what's-
a dog
what's-
named
yeah,
Spot.
No, what's the word I'm looking for? Like
well, I mean, they have
localized help.
Spotter.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have aerial stuff too. So I mean, you're gonna have stuff to do.
Yeah,
surgical,
you will have,
tactical.
Yeah, and you will have to attack other airships
Yeah.
and stuff. So
Okay. So I'm going to give you all a moment. We're going to say that we're going to start splitting it off into the groups here. Durok, everyone's gathered around. If you'd like to, rally your troops and then talk to your friends, this is the time to do it.
should I give a rousing speech?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Your son
Definitely
would
the
want
time. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. See,
He wants
see
to
if
see Dad
see if you can beat
in
Ren.
action. it. Ooh.
Oh, I think I can.
Okay.
Soldiers of Versberg,
Already.
warriors of the underground, free men and women of Dawania. Hear me. Dark are the days ahead. and dire are the deeds that lie before us yet. Swords will sing, spears will splinter, and shields will shatter. But fear not the setting sun, for this is the hour that we draw swords together. An hour that will mark the very stone upon which we now stand. An east wind blows, and it will be cold, it will be bitter, and our enemies will wither before its blast. Ride now for death, for glory. Ride now for the red dawn and a new day. Ah!
Did you wrote that beforehand?
Yeah.
And all of you had that prepared?
I just read it today.
Yeah, all right.
So you hear cheers go up around the crowd. You hear the dwarves yell out "Prost." I assume that you would have finished it with that, but we can fix it in post.
It's all right.
All right, and so people shout out their battle cries, their colloquialisms from their parts of many different languages, and banging shields, and everyone starts to set out. People start manning their ships. Peleus, you've assembled a ragtag crew, which is your favorite type of crew, or no, you're just doing the one by yourself.
No, I'm gonna address the naval armada.
All right,
with a
hit
little
it.
quick.
You're down at the docks now. Everyone's on their ship. Peleus, you're down there. Everyone's sort of split off into their groups. If you'd like to give a rousing speech as well.
Yes, all right.
Maybe you've prepared something.
No, I have not actually prepared anything. I'm just going to go off the top of my head, kind of how I do most things anyways. All right, listen up, scuttlebutts and barnacles. We're going lights off, going dark here. You're going to stay behind me. I'll take the lead in the front boat. You all have elves on your ships, so no need for the lights. You'll be fine. Keep it within a good distance. Now, when I drive my boat in, I will ignite it, and when you see that, that'll be your cue to come in hot. Launch arrows, launch cannons, do everything you can. We're taking them by surprise. And remember, some of you might die, a lot of you might die. But, well, I mean, that's it. That's all I had. Yeah. Some of us are gonna die, but hey, it's war, so... anyways, if we make it out, good on ya. That's it.
Drinks on somebody else.
Drinks on someone else. I think I owe some of you money.
Confusing.
Yeah.
Clap. Or what?
Dab?
All right, do your ships.
All right, and they very confusedly sort of languidly break apart. Well, I guess that I like the other guy's speech a little bit. I don't know why he thought he had to make another one, but I felt inspired before, and now I just feel sad.
I feel doomed.
The whole naval armada has disadvantage. The whole
Yeah,
Subtract 1d4.
just low morale.
They're just fear of dying the whole time.
You hear the one guy, wow, he really took the wind out of our sails. They're like, shut up, Tom! All right, so you guys, Peleus, you've got your armada. Do you want to set sail? And you in the lead in your gas boat, your oil drum boat? Okay, so you start. You go out sort of wide east and start to make your way up north. Ren, you are with Browernick. You guys have horses. You have carriages. You guys are going north, and you guys are going past the familiar path in which you first came into Bulgurum. There's a little bit of a divergence, and you start making your way up north to the center of the city. What was the town? Varkam's town called? Does anyone remember?
Oh,
Slatebrook?
that was the manor.
Well, that was Slatebrook Manor.
Wasn't it Garden or
Greenvale
or
Garden Green.
Garden Green.
That's
Perfect. Yeah.
close
Seems
enough,
right.
I think.
There was a little left branch. Yeah, consult your one page of weird notes, Milo. I'm sure I'll find it
That's
in here.
one thing I did write down.
That looks like your notes look like an autograph wall.
Okay, so here's Varkham, so it's got to be somewhere in this area.
It looks like an autograph wall in a theater where it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like it's just a bunch of weird shit. But there is another turnoff, and it takes you more centrally up towards north, up towards Versberg. Cinder, what are you doing, bud?
I'm going to try to fly as high as I possibly can on the Golden Lady, trying to stay out of view, but do some recon along the way. If that makes sense, like keeping
Wasn't
track
the Golden
from above.
Lady the person?
Yes.
Sidset. Yeah,
Sidset.
sorry.
The Lady of the Yellow?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
The golden
Okay,
lady
so
is another
you've
sword.
called your dragon to you?
Yes.
Okay, and you're flying on your dragon with you?
Correct.
Okay, cool. I should have if you can look up on your phone, just look up a yellow dragon.
Oh, gotcha.
And those are your stats. I forgot to print them off.
Okay.
Forgot to print them off for you. Milo, when you call upon Nearsis, right? You've got Nearsis's, right?
I have
I don't have the stats, but I can look it up.
But that's your dragon, right?
Yes.
Nearsis? Yeah, it's a black dragon.
I have an Indrel.
And you have Inandrail.
And what color is Indrel?
Inandrail's like the golden green. It's a bronze dragon,
Bronze.
essentially. But
D&D.
What are we doing?
yeah, ancient bronze dragon.
Are these all ancient?
Yep.
Oh,
You got full power. And then you got the black dragon for Nearsis there, Milo. And then Durok, ancient red dragon for you. And but there's going to be some complications, obviously, with that because crazy. So, if you guys would all like to establish your links to your dragon, you can. If you'd like to ask your dragons any question, you're more than welcome to. Cinder, I will, as you're flying high through the sky, you're sort of, obviously carriages, horses. If you're kind of going with
Yeah, I'm
the
following.
ground forces,
Yeah,
like
probably
in
them.
sort of scouting ahead, you're, I would imagine very much in a Caleb fashion. You probably are like scouting ahead, but then also doing loop-de-loops on the way back.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, I would.
Yes, Peleus.
I would like to call on Inandrel,
Okay.
and because apparently bronze dragons are amphibious, I want Inandrel to, when I jump off, when it blows up, I'm going to land on the water, and then she's going to come up underneath me, and I'm going to ride her out.
Dope.
Okay, so you're on the sea right now,
Yeah, I'm on
and you
my
establish
little...
a mental link to her.
Yes, I go.
Okay,
"Oh,
what would you like to
Inandrel,
say?
I'm about to blow this up. I don't know if it's going to go well. I think I might die. But if I don't, and if it works, if you could maybe pick me up when I jump in the water after I blow up these ships, that would be absolutely phenomenal. I would really appreciate it. I could swim in this cloak, but I don't think fast enough that they won't immediately shoot me with arrows.
Right. She hears everything that you're saying. She goes, "When the time comes, my young caster, I promise I will be there. And it is going to look," and she tries to imitate your voice, "awesome."
Oh, good. Oh, this is going to be sick.
Ren,
Yeah.
would you like to talk with Nearsis at all?
So, Nearsis, I think it might be beneficial for us to try to frighten away the people at the front gate. That way we can hopefully get into the city a little bit safer and a little bit faster.
Okay.
So I'd like to fly with you before everyone actually completely advances on the city and use your frightening presence against the people at the main gate. I'm really nervous.
Never talked to a dragon before.
Main great. Gate.
War stuff,
It's crazy. It's scary.
Okay. You hear the voice back in your head. As you get nearer, make sure that your troops fall back a little bit. And since you can all communicate, with your dragons, basically, you can kind of keep in touch with each other that way.
I was going to ask about that.
Because the dragons can communicate with each other, so you can kind of relay messages. When the time comes, make sure that your troops stay back, Ren, and you and I will definitely go create a scene.
I love it.
But for now, I need you with your troops, and I need you, with everybody else.
All right. I'll stay close to Nikki.
Excellent. Durok, bud, what are you doing? What boat are you on? You're on
Pale 81.
Pale 81.
I think you referred to it as the old pale lady.
The old pale lady.
The old pale lady.
The old pasty lady.
Nice.
So
you've gone out. You went down to the docks with Peleus, and he gave you a little bit of a look. He's like, "Watch this," and then he gave his speech, and then looked back to you, nailed it, and walked off. And people are like, "Yours is better." So you get on Old Pale Lady, and you've got a crew with you.
Yeah,
of some of the most skilled fighters. Hey, you know what? I'm going to give you your old pal, Ren's Master Blaster. What's his name?
Yuri?
Yeah.
All right.
You got Yuri with you. And you've got a couple other stealthier looking cats.
Like a SEAL Team 6.
You know what? You've got a very curious looking drow rogue with you.
There we go.
Nice.
And
what was the name of mine? I can't remember.
Minnie.
And Ilden.
Ilden
Gaudier.
Oh yeah.
Ilden Gaudier is part of your crew.
Yes. Nice. Yep. All right.
And so you've got some sneaky for what's coming up, and some serious business. And you're sailing along. Anything you would like to do with your sword? Anything you would like to do with communicating with Zarvog? Anything at all?
So yeah, I kind of feel like seeing my partners try to commune with their dragons.
Okay.
Earlier, it kind of made me feel a little jealous. And while I know, in Durok's heart and mind, there's some dragon killing to be done, but because of that tinge of jealousy, he kind of reaches out to see. I mean, he has not really seen Zarvog since the fight, before over this guy Bulgurum.
Mm-hmm.
So he reaches out tenderly to kind of see if there is something there, some sort of presence.
You. The second that you try to think about the dead, you are sucked in. It's you just go down that tunnel, and it is loud. It is hurting your head, and you just hear Durok. Welcome. Do you really think that you can beat me?
I don't answer him.
All right. You just hear, it's loud, it's obnoxious. There's pressure in the front of your head. You're feeling it, your sinuses are backed up, but also a pain emanating from your head. It's a very violent connection, and you just sort of hear the dragon equivalent of laughter. Which is very deep, hawk scrawling. You like scraw, but it's that dragon laughter.
Gotcha.
Chaotic for Amateurs Fully record. Get it now. Bandcamp.com/chaotic amateurs.
Yeah, I'm.
But you feel violence. You feel heat. You feel hatred. You feel, just chaos.
Everything that Durok normally feels.
Cool.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to ignore him just a little bit now.
You can close the link if you want.
I'm gonna try to fight it off. Yeah, because it kind of rattled me a little bit.
Sure. You shut the link down. You shut the link down, and you're definitely a little bit tired, and so you're gonna, you would probably think, hey, I should, on this trip, on this boat journey, I should definitely like sort of store up some energy, maybe focus on my sword, commune with it a little bit more.
Yeah, I think I do that. Yeah, while the boat is piloting itself, I think that I got some skilled sailors on my ship, so I'm going to let them do this thing, and I'm going to focus, do some sort of like meditative visualization. I'm going to imagine not only the forging of the sword that happened, almost 1,000 years ago, but I'm going to imagine my great grandfather wielding it, how he might have used it against Zarvog, and I'm just going to picture that sort of battle unfolding in my mind while I sort of meditate on the sword. And
all right, Durok, you go into a meditative state, and if in the dark, if anyone else were, if there was a camera on you, you got that Instagram story going. You're sitting there very peacefully, and I'm only going off of when you were in the bell tower trying to meditate, and Yamhorn choked you out and then drug you back in because he thought that he needed you when he had Yuri and everyone else for 2 guards that were coming up the stair.
Glad that guy's dead.
You could tell I went back and listened to all of season 2.
yeah,
and so you sit cross-legged, you put the sword across your legs, and then you put your one hand on the hilt and one hand flat on the blade, and as you start to meditate and get further into this, you start to glow. And you start to glow in a like a red lightsaber type of way, where it's very just your sort of white body aura that goes out into like a very dark reddish hue, and it's it's pulsating a little bit. You see things that you've seen before on your very first adventure, going to your great grandfather's mausoleum. You see the battle of the elves, and you see your grandfather leading the charge. Many races, not dissimilar to the group of people that you had all around you earlier today as you gave your rousing speech that beat Peleus's. And you
come on
from another ship. I heard that. And you see your grandfather fighting with Zarvog. He's while riding on him, he's holding on for dear life, and then he'll be flung from the air, and then off of him, and then grabbed by another dragon and brought back up. You see ground troops fighting each other, many different races, many different things. You also see the forging of the sword, and you see Peleus's mom's dad, I believe is what it was. Peleus's grandpa, basically, there with you, helping you forge the sword, imbuing it with elven magic, and and they're pals. They're joking with each other. They're riffing off of each other and that sort of thing. You also see and you feel this power. Your hands start to feel hot, but not in a way of that it's burning you, just like if you were inside a really warm electric blanket, and you can feel the sword emanating the power, and you all of a sudden feel a surge go through your entire body, and you in that very instant realize, I've now fully attuned to my weapon. And you also now realize not only do you have a +3 advantage on dragons, you've got power beam, you've got whatever else that you've got. You've now got the power, as we talked about, I believe in season 2. You have the opportunity on a fire attack against you, any sort of fire attack, doesn't matter how big or small, you have an immediate reaction for a roll to block it. And if it beats a DC 12, with no mods added, just simple dice roll, beat a 12, it reflects the attack right back to the person that cast it.
That's pretty sweet.
Or the whatever that
Perfect for fighting dragons.
Hey. And you've got advantage on fire rolls, so there you go.
Dope.
Nice.
So that's where you're at, bud. And then you see all that, you feel it, and then like all of a sudden the aura just basically like sucks back into you and goes dark. You're out on the night. You're with the ships. The lights are off. Peleus' ship is in the lead. You think of your friends to the west of you going through the land, and you know that, very soon you're going to be starting a war. And by the time that you sort of get there, you're going to have darkness, but dawn will happen very quickly. Like it's a movie, and it's really cool. And ladies and gentlemen, that's where we leave it for this week. Thank you very much for tuning in to Chaotic Amateurs Season 3. We're rounding, we're buttoning it up, folks. We're getting to the end here, and we very much appreciate you being along for the ride. Hey, we're going to do a quick shout out here to a recent iTunes review entitled So Professional /Sounding. 5 stars by An Agent, October 15th, 2019. I've listened to many actual play podcasts, and this is one of the cleanest and slickest sounding of all. You're welcome. As a bonus, its many pirate characters have put me in a talk like a pirate mood for the whole day.
You're welcome.
So thank you very much for An Agent for reviewing. If you review, we'll read your review on the old podcast here. So we appreciate you. Thank you very much for helping us climb the charts like we've said. Now, to my right, I have
Caleb is Cinder Darkloft.
Dash is Peleus Eonerth.
Rhett is Durok Dragonsbane.
Milo is Ren.
Oh, thank you for joining us around our proverbial podcast table. Grab your swords and keep on adventuring.
Follow us across all platforms with Chaotic Amateurs. Please subscribe, rate, and review our show on your podcast app of choice to help us climb the charts and find new adventurers. Or become a patron on Patreon to help our heroes continue their quest. Thank you for listening to Chaotic Amateurs.